Welcome to practice. My name is Laura, and the props that I'll be using today will be blocks, a blanket, a bolster, and a house strap handy. So you might like to sit on a cushion or a blanket. You're of course welcome to sit up higher. We might grab a block and bring it on its medium or low setting, probably not the high setting. If you feel like you need high, maybe double up 2 blocks. So find a little bit of elevation. And if a cross-legged seat is available, perhaps coming into that cross-legged seat. And take a few moments to wobble. Think about bringing the sits bones right under the shoulders and the shoulders over the sits bones. It might feel like you're sitting up a little taller, a little straighter than our typical at ease positions. Inviting the eyes to rest. And that may mean closing the eyelids or allowing the focus to become soft and fuzzy. Feeling the ribs expand with the inhale. And the body may sigh, softening with the exhale. Taking a few rounds of exploratory breath, observing how the body moves with the breath. And consider shrugging both shoulders up towards the earlobes and let them softly release down. Give a little wobble. Shoulders again shrugging up and releasing down. Give a little wobble. We may circle the shoulders, reverse direction. And let's begin on the right side. You're welcome to switch it up if your body's really asking you to start on the other side. Take a moment and turn the nose tip towards the left while keeping the shoulders forward. And we may take the left fingers to the right side of the neck and just do a very gentle exploration. Take a walk. Let your fingers walk perhaps around the side of the neck, down that upper shoulder area. Sometimes this area feels like it's a little stony, a little rocky with the tension. And maybe we find a spot that could use a little more attention. We'll just notice that for now. Invite the chin closer to the left clavicle. Chin slowly tracing to the center of the chest. And we may glide the head. We may take a hand to the back of the neck, just very gently squeezing, observing, and letting the crown of the head rise. Come back to the breath, feeling the body expand with the inhale. Perhaps sighing, releasing, letting go of tension with each exhale. Turning the nose tip to that second side. So that may be the right side. We might find a little nod of the head, keeping shoulders forward. Let yourself arrive. And perhaps taking the right fingers to that left side of the neck. We might very gently just walk the fingers up, down. We might walk the fingers behind. We might find a spot where we pin the fingers and explore a little movement. We may walk the fingers down across the top of the shoulder, and maybe this side's feeling quite different. Let the chin tip towards the chest, letting the chin glide, and we may bring the fingers to the back of the neck, self-massaging, letting the crown of the head rise. Spinning palms to face forward and up. Circling the arms overhead, let the gaze rise. And exhale, turning, twisting to one side. Inhale through the middle. And exhale, twisting second side. Inhale through the middle, thumbs to forehead, thumbs to heart. Take a moment, rock on back. Start to plant the feet to the ground. So you might be sitting up on that block. Maybe you do need to add a second block in order to bring the soles of the feet down to the ground into a squat position. So once you've found that position, rooting down to rise up, shift out, perhaps just push your blocks off to the side so we don't trip on them. A little shift through the knees. How are the knees feeling? Feel free to use a wall if you like, and step 1 foot backwards, circling the ankle around. So we're gently rolling across the tops of the toes. We're not pushing down into the ground. Reverse direction. And second side, use the wall if you like, step the toes back. We're circling the ankle, rolling across the top of the foot and trading direction. And then standing, feet hips distance or a little wider with the toes spread wide. We might just take this side to side step and let the shoulders do a little shrug as we step side to side. Spinning palms to face forward, little movement in the fingers, widening the arms, throat back, crown of the head high. Shoulder blades may feel like they're moving closer in, closer together. Start to spin palms to face down and a bit out, pressing out, and then turning the fingertips towards one another. It's a bit of an unusual position for the hands. So next time we open the hands out, turn the head to one side, and then fingertips face in. Fan the toes, turn the head to the second side. Let the fingertips face in. Just shake it out, shift it out. A little movement through the legs. Let the shoulders roll. Move the shoulders in the second direction. And then bringing palms to face up, fingertips face up. Start to point the elbows out to the side so your knuckles kind of point down to the ground. And then spin the fingers back. Now there's a point where we have to flip the hands to come back to that starting point. So just try out this motion, adding in a little more movement, more fluidity through the fingers, through the wrists, and then pause and start to go the other way. Let's find a landing point where we drop the fingers to face the ground, rocking through the feet, forward, back, toes fanning. Invite the gaze and the arms to rise. And as we exhale, tipping into a forward fold. You may want blocks or a chair seat or balance ball underneath the hands. Let the head be heavy. We may find a little nod or circle of the head. We may sigh, flutter the lips, or sway the hips. Any or all of the above or none of the above. Letting go of the day, being in your body for this time. You may give a little nod to the head. And starting to rise halfway up. As we rise up, let's walk our hands over to the left, putting bend into the right knee, and I'm mirroring, rolling right hip back, maybe a little bit of bend in the right knee if it locks out easily. We'll move back to center, rising up, and then walking the hands to the second side. A little bend in right knee, maybe an even smaller bend in the left knee. Rolling left hip back. Let's bring it back to the middle. Tipping in, tipping back into that forward fold. Bringing bend into the knees, forearms to thighs. Sink the hips, take your time, rooting to rise. Circle the arms up, thumbs to forehead, thumbs to heart. So we might be coming to the top short edge of the mat, toes fanning, palms forward. We may circle the arms up, and as we exhale, tipping in, leaning in. Finding the blocks if you like, right foot forward, left leg reaching back leg. Little shifts forward, little shifts back. Getting into your lunge position, checking in with the toes, the inner thigh, the front of the thigh. Let the hips rise and perhaps slide the right foot back, step that left foot in. Consider walking the hands or blocks forward and peeling the heels up and off the ground. Let the head be heavy. Let the heels release. Now you might keep the blocks as they are. You might spin them higher. And we may tip back on the heels. We may find a little rock, a little shift with the weight, right side, left side, perhaps widening the arms, widening the bricks, fan the toes, shifting forward, heels up. Let's settle the heels back to the ground. Bring the blocks to the position you prefer for lunge. Reaching that right leg back. Now maybe we're off the mat a little bit. Shifting forward, shifting back. Letting the hips rise and navigating, stepping right foot forward, looking out and tipping all the way in. Foot down into the knees, circle the arms up and overhead, thumbs to forehead, thumbs to heart. We may heel toe the feet together. We may spin palms forward. Consider peeling the heels up. So it's a little trickier without the hands down. We're hugging those inner legs in. It might be a little wobbly. The arms may rise. Very carefully lower the heels, release the arms, tipping back down to our forward fold. Right foot may need to step a little forward, left foot back, find your lunge. Option to grab cushion, perhaps that blanket for the back knee. Maybe we're finding a little movement and sinking in deeper. And we may slide back, slide right heel forward, rocking back on the heel, perhaps spinning the blocks higher, chest rising, wrapping a little toe side of the foot back. We may dial the toes, the leg a little more to the right, perhaps crown of the head to the right. Starting to lunge back into that front knee, tuck the back toes. Left hand may come down to the ground. We might heel toe, right leg wider, right hand, right knee. Right arm may rise, reaching up towards the ceiling, perhaps a little bit back. Consider lifting the hips as we cycle the top hand down to the ground, stepping back towards a down face dog position. We may pedal the heels. We may tip the head a little side to side. We may turn the heels out, sending both heels towards the ground. You are welcome to stay longer. Perhaps wiggle the feet a little further back, rocking forward, land the knees, and let's slide right down onto the belly. Crisscross the forearms. Let the forehead rest. You can certainly do less. We may walk the elbows in, starting to rise up into a Sphinx position. Perhaps we rock towards one side. Take your time, breathe against the ground. Find the middle, take your time to rock to the second side. Finding our way back to center. Moving at your own pace, your own rhythm. We may find a block. You could put the block on the ground. I like to tip the block, but that does require holding the block. And the block is on its tallest setting. The center of the brow, the forehead, is resting on the block with eyes closed. Full breath. Letting the shoulders passively rise towards the ears. We may start to roll towards the left ear. Slowly rolling across the brow, back to the middle. Find a little yes nod at center. And slowly roll to the other side. Moving back to center, we may find a little yes nod. Working tension out of the brow, we may draw circles. And eventually, let the head rise up enough to put the block down. And let's turn the nose tip to one side, maybe your second favorite side first. Shoulders draping. Perhaps roll the heels out a little bit towards the long edges of the mat. We may wobble the legs. Turn the nose tip to the second side. Slide the hands in, plant the hands, chest rising. And moving back into a child's pose. So it could be child's pose with brow on the ground. You might grab a big cushion and let the knees straddle the cushion so it's a widening child's pose. If your cushion is firm enough, you might slide a block under the cushion so that you have a bit of a slope and you're turning your head to one side. Let the eyes rest, breathing around the low back, breathing around the hips. Turning your head to the second side. Spinning palms down flat to the mat. You are welcome to stay longer. We may slide the hands in. Pressing into the hands, let the head be the last thing to come up. If you're using props, go ahead and put them off to the side. Reach the hands forward, tucking toes, pedaling the feet, tilting the head side to side. Take a walk, bringing the feet up towards that top edge of the mat. Hands are welcome to be on blocks. We may find a little nod, circle nod of the head. We may tip the hips to one side, sway the hips to the other side. We'll rise halfway up. Left foot stays forward, right leg reaching back leg. Revisit that lunge, little shift forward, little shift back. Maybe looking for your knee cushioning, that knee padding, and bringing it underneath the right knee. We may shift a little further forward. And eventually we may shift it a lot further back. Spinning the blocks up, sliding the foot forward, rocking back on the heel. Possibly turning the toes, that whole left leg, a little bit more to the left. Dialing the toes back to center, rebending left leg. Perhaps hands to the floor, perhaps right toes to the floor, let that right knee rise. We may slide right hand wider to the right, left hand on left knee. You can always put back knee down. We may be reaching that left arm high. Perhaps chin tipping towards the chest, a little nod of the head to suss into that left side of the neck. Cycling the arm diagonally overhead and then over to the left. Make sure you have room to step back again into your down face dog position. We may pivot the heels out, lengthening the neck. Wiggling the feet further back, rocking towards that plank position, releasing the knees to the ground, rolling to the belly, perhaps pointing the toes, brow on the ground. We may give a little rock, wobble to the hips. We may press into the hands, chest rising, and rolling back down to the ground. We may tighten the fingers and spin the elbows up towards the ceiling. Inhale, chest rising, perhaps looking over the right shoulder, releasing down. We may tip to the left next time around, releasing down. Planting the hands, pressing the hips back towards the heels, option to grab your bolster or perhaps just grab a block for the ground. Resting in a child's pose. And taking your time to move any props off to the side. Slide the hands forward, tuck the toes, coming back into dog. Now you may prefer hands and knees to dog position. You may give a little nod, circle nod of the head. Perhaps holding the long edges of the mat, putting the weight in the left foot. The right leg may rise, reaching that right leg up in the air. Draw the knee to the nose. Inhale, extend, reach the leg long. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, extending. We may bend that knee overhead, rolling the hips towards the right and perhaps twirling, circling, right foot, right ankle. Draw the knee in towards the chest, step the right foot between the hands, find your blocks to frame the foot. Give yourself a moment, maybe step that left foot in and work the right leg closer to straight. We might just say hello and rebend that right knee. We may take the hands wider, re-extend the right leg. We might again rebend. We may be feeling ready to hold the long right leg. Let the chest rise. The hands may walk over towards the right. And bringing the hands back to center, option to plant the hands, step it back, walk it back to dog or hands and knees. Shifting the weight into the right foot, maybe holding the long edges of the mat with the hands, raising that left leg. Drawing knee to nose, back is rounding. Inhale, extending. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, extending. Perhaps one more knee to the nose. If you need to put the foot down, adjust. But then we may be rolling that left foot, left hip on top of the right. We may be twirling the actual left foot. Draw the knee back towards the nose. Step the left foot forward between the hands. Find your blocks if you like. Extending front leg and rebending. Extending, rebending. So we may extend and hold. We may take them a little lower. We can certainly stay here. We may rise up and walk the hands more left. And then let's gradually reframe the foot, bend back into that left knee, stepping right foot forward, looking out, and exhale, tipping. Consider encircling the big toes, first 2 fingers and a thumb. We may give a little nod, circle nod to the head. We may decide to slide the palms face up under the feet. We may flip the hands over, standing on the backs of the hands, palms down, hinging at the elbows. And the fingers forward, grab your block or balance ball or a corner of an ottoman, starting to come down to a squat. So knees are wide, the heels maybe on the floor, and you can certainly elevate yourself, come up higher if you like. Sits bones might be easier to find if you're on a block that's fairly firm. We're trying to bring the sits bones more or less under the shoulders for now. Let yourself breathe. Consider a prop. We're using blocks. We might have a block under the left hand as we start to lean over towards the left, slide that left arm long. We might be using that right hand to intend the right thigh, right knee open. We may be reaching right arm up in the air. Or perhaps taking the arm overhead on the diagonal. Making our way back to center, trade hands with the block. We may be sliding the block out. We can certainly keep that left hand low, but we may reach the arm up in the air. We may take that arm on the diagonal overhead. Gradually rising back up, finding center. So if we're on a tall enough prop, we may just shift forward, pouring back into the forward fold. Give a little nod, circle nod of the head. We may sway the hips. Now, it's probable that most of us are at the short edge of the mat. So let's just take a moment, sink the hips, rise part way up, sink the hips a little lower. We'll come up to stand. From that short edge of the mat, let's step out to a wider stance so that we have room to expand the legs. We may heel toe, feet wider. And play with the balance, shifting forward, shifting back. Let's pivot right toes towards the short edge of the end of the mat and start to bend into the knee and extend. Fan the toes. Listen to the hip, listen to the knee, bending, extending, toes fanning. As we find a lunge that we're holding, we have open toes, hips forward, shoulders forward, arms out to a T position, chin to the right. Let's extend the right leg, arms up, pivot, left toes out. Go ahead, bring the arms down. Just start to check in with that second knee. Bending, extending, and perhaps finding a point where we hold. Hips forward, shoulders forward, extending arms. Bend those toes. Make sure we're not pouring all the weight to the big toe side of the foot. Shift towards the little toe side of the foot too. We might visit a little deeper in the lunge. We may want to come up a little higher. Slowly rising all the way up. Heel toe the feet in a smidge. And then pivot the heels out. Thumbs to forehead, thumbs to heart. Bend knees as much as needed. Hinging forward, hands may come down onto props or onto the ground. Letting the neck be long. We may peel the heels of the hands away from the floor, stretching more into the wrists, the forearms. We may sway the hips a little bit side to side. Let's start to rise halfway up. And if we have block hands, go ahead and move the blocks with the hands. Pivot right toes to the right, lunging to the right, moving the blocks in that direction. So we'll move block hands back to the middle, turn right big toe in, left big toe out, starting to bend into that left knee. Take your time. We may need to rise out of the lunge a little bit in order to come back in and find a more comfortable position. And then let's slowly bring block hands back to the middle, heel toe, or turn that left foot in. And we may sink deeper into that wide-legged forward fold. The hands may walk a little further back. They may have a deeper bend in the elbows. We might find a little shift side to side. And let's slowly start to rise back up. Heel, toe, feet in. If we have a little higher to go with the blocks, spin them to that next level. Just take a moment, long side bodies, breathing. Pose standing, start to put bend in the knees. We might just climb the hands slowly up the thighs. We've got the head lower than the heart. You might be a little bit lightheaded. So we'll rise up, shift it out. Give yourself a chance to feel like you will have some balance. You're welcome to come to a wall if you prefer. And you might like to use a block under your right foot. So we might just elevate the right foot. We may peel the heel. We may start to give that knee a boost and hold on to the shin, shoulders back, crown of the head high. Is the weight pouring to the inside edge of your standing big toe? Can you tip a little weight towards the little toe side of the foot? Let's open the right knee out to the right. Maybe extend the left arm to help with balance. Let's move back to center. We may draw the toes up towards the knee and visit a figure four. So you could sit against the wall, have hands against the wall. We might hold the foot and the knee. And then we may slide up, letting that right foot land outside the left. Or perhaps just give yourself a little shift so you feel like you can stand, you do have balance. So that back leg side, let's go to that leg, left arm. Let the left arm rise, grab the wrist. We may tip, lean over towards the right. Move back up through center, grab the right wrist, fan the toes, release the toes, try not to dig them into the ground. As we tip to the left, the right ribs love to spin around to the left. See if you can roll them back so that we're keeping the chest, the shoulders more neutral. Let's move back up to center, unwind the legs, watch out for a block if it's there. Release the arms, shift it up. Second side is coming, but before we get there, we may have hands on hips, shoulders back. We may tip back, finding a bit of a standing back bend, and rise back up. So if you'd like to use a block under second foot, left foot, step the foot up. And then peel the heel up. And maybe that's just a great place to be. A nice stretch in the sole of the foot, in the toes. We can certainly stay there. We may start to float the leg. We might find a bind. Shoulders over the hips, crown of the head high. And balance may waver. It helps to focus the gaze on something that doesn't move. Opening the knee out to the side. It may be helpful to extend the right arm. Let's bring it back to center, draw the toes up, finding the figure four. Gradually rising up, sliding the left foot outside the right. Watch out for any props that are nearby and check in with that back knee. We might have to just take a moment to unlock it. So right arm rises, grab the wrist, fan the toes, release them, tipping towards that left side. Moving back through center, grab the left wrist, tipping to that right side, but roll the left ribs back. And let's find the middle. Release the arms, unwind the leg, watch out for props, give yourself a little shift. And then just take a moment to, again, heel toe or step the knee wide. So we're heading back into that wide-legged position. Right toes turn towards a short edge of the mat. We're lunging into the knee, forearm to thigh. Top arm, left arm may rise. Left arm may reach up on the diagonal. And slowly rise back up, pivot, right toes in, left toes out. Bringing left forearm down, option to elevate the right arm. We may take it overhead on the diagonal. We may sink in a little deeper, and then rising back up. So as we come up, heel toe the feet in a smidge, the feet may be sliding. Let's turn right toes back to the right. Bend into that front knee, and we may grab a block or even two blocks and place them outside right little toe. So we might have one block on the low setting and the other block on top of it on its tall setting, extending that right leg. We may re-extend left arm. Feel free to just check in with that right knee. And we may lunge bend into that front knee, and perhaps you're taking a block with you, maybe both blocks, pivot right toes in, left toes out. Starting to set up your props outside left little toe. Extending that left leg, tipping back, stacking right shoulder on top of left. Right arm may reach towards the ceiling. Draw up on the left thigh, fan all of the toes. Lunging back into front knee, rising back up. We may be taking a prop with us, heel toeing, heel toeing, heel toeing, feet in. So let's come back to the top short edge of the mat. Now just be mindful if you left a prop at the back edge of the mat. We'll bring both blocks to the ground. And let's keep right foot forward, reaching that left leg back. Starting to re-extend the right leg, checking in. We may bend that knee. And we want weight in the left hand. So we might have the weight on that left hand block and bring the right hand back to the right knee as we twist, as we turn right. Right hand may find the right thigh. How's balance doing? It might be even better if we took that left hand, left block wider. We may reach that right arm back up in the air, and we may extend the right leg. Cycling that top hand overhead, find both blocks. Step left foot forward, right foot back. And give yourself a moment to arrive. We may extend that left leg, we bend and extend. We're keeping weight in that right hand side, bending into left knee. Placing left hand perhaps on the thigh, perhaps on the hip. We may start to work that left leg closer to straight. Before we do, maybe it behooves us to take that right arm wider, reaching that left arm up in the air. And then gradually cycling top arm down. Let's step both feet back together. Place the hands to the ground. Option to walk back to dog. Option to release to hands and knees. Sliding left knee forward. We might just tip over onto that outer left thigh and find a pinwheel position. Bringing that right thigh into the sole of the left foot. And we may square ourselves or start to work ourselves closer to square here. We may angle the blocks, the forearms, between the knees, more to the right, and tip in. Now this might be the perfect variation for now. We might decide that we like extending that right leg today. We may tuck the toes and give a little rock or wobble to the hips. We may want to wedge underneath the left seat. We may be releasing forearms to the floor or onto props and supporting the brow. We may need to back it off. So this will be a little longer hold. So if it's already really intense, what can you do to back it off a little bit? Maybe shift a little more to the right, a little forward, or back it off. You're welcome to stay longer. We may rock to the left and stack the hands, twisting the heart, the sternum towards the right. We may slide that right thigh back into the sole of the left foot, rising up to a seat. So we'll come into the second side a little bit differently. So we may just sweep that right leg around so that we're in a seated, cross-legged position for the moment. Sitting with the breath. If you need to shift a wedge over to the right, please do. We may rock, lean to the right, and start to bring left thigh into the sole, the arch of that right foot. Checking in. Maybe we're finding our blocks and starting to lean forward a little bit. We may be moving the elbows, the blocks, a little more to the left. And you're welcome to stick with this variation. We might be rocking to the right so that we can reach that left leg back, perhaps tucking the toes and navigating the thigh more in line with the hip. And then we might just gradually be checking in. Where are we landing for now? We can always back it off. We might be tipping forward. We may be leaning to the right, but maybe we are exploring tipping a little more left. We might keep the back toes tucked or point the back foot. We may support the brow, letting the eyes rest. Settling in. Perhaps shifting a little more left or backing it off. Staying a while longer if you like. We may start to tip to the right. We may be stacking left palm on top of right as we twist, sliding that left thigh into the arch of the right foot and perhaps sliding shoulders back up and over hips. Rocking more right so that we can lift that left leg around. Finding our seat. Sitting with the breath. We may have something like a balance ball or a chair seat. Maybe we have a couple of blocks and a bolster where we can build a little table in front of ourselves. And that still may not be tall enough. I know maybe not everyone has 3 or 4 blocks, but we might have to add another block or 2 to it. You might have to add your arms forward to it. If your prop, your tabletop is tall enough, we may take the hands behind the back. We could bring knuckles together, hold forearms or elbows. We might bring the backs of the hands so they flex around the waist, tipping forward so that the brow is supported. And again, if the prop is just not tall enough for that, we have options. We don't bring the arms behind the back. We could tuck our thumbs in, stack the fists and support the brow. Or maybe it's just crisscrossing each forearm. Taking your time to think about rising part way up. Maybe give a little wiggle to the hips. Very slowly sliding shoulders back up and over the hips. Sitting with the body shifts. Rocking back just enough to let the legs slide long. Give a little wiggle to the knees. Press out through the heels. Let's think about coming into a supported back bend. You're welcome to use a bolster if you have one, or if we're using 2 blocks, we'll place one block either on the high or the medium setting. We may not know yet, but it'll be higher than the shoulder blade block. So shoulder blade block, 1 level below head block. And maybe you have a blanket nearby for weight and or blanket. So we'll scoot ourselves down onto back body, bringing a prop, perhaps it is a block, right underneath the shoulder blades. You could spin the block either way, whatever feels best for you. Find your pillow prop, positioning it underneath your head, and then make any little shifts, adjustments you need to so that you do feel secure here. We have options with the legs. So you might keep knees bent. You might keep knees bent and take the feet wide. We may slide the legs long. You might bring soles of the feet together, knees wide, or come to that cross-legged position. If you remember which leg you just had on top, you might switch it up. Perhaps placing a pillow or a blanket over the pelvis, over the belly. And we may take the arms wide. Now, if the floor is chilly, you probably want some insulation underneath the arms, underneath the backs of the hands, for this to be the most restful for the nervous system. Let the eyes rest. Feel the ribs expand with the inhalation. Releasing with each exhalation. And let go of a little more gripping. Soften the shoulders. Let the hips be fully supported. Let the mind wander. Coming back to this inhale. Perhaps noticing the temperature of the air as it enters the nostrils. Feeling the ribs widen with the inhale. The body may sigh. Wow. We may be deepening the breath and returning movement to fingers. Returning movement to toes. We may bend the elbows so that we can circle the wrists. Perhaps stretching the arms long, and exhale, gathering arms in. We may bend each knee, bringing the sole of each foot to the ground. And very carefully rolling off your props to rest on one side. Checking in, asking yourself, are you warm enough? You may need socks so that you can be at rest. Tipping onto the back body, and if a cushion, a bolster is easy to grab, go ahead and just slide that underneath your knees so that the legs are moderately elevated. And you might cover the whole body with a blanket, including the feet. Maybe it's just a pair of socks. So take a few moments to make sure that you are truly warm enough and comfortable. You might cover the eyes with an eye cushion or a folded pillowcase. And as we settle in, gently scanning the body, breathing ease from the crown of the head down towards the center back of the head, down towards the middle of the brow, rolling that ease down the temples, the cheeks, the root of the tongue, the right side of the tongue, the left side of the tongue, the tip of the tongue. Visualizing coiled ropes at the base of the skull, letting those coils unfurl down the neck, across the upper shoulders, breathing ease into the upper chest, into the upper back. Breathing that ease into the shoulders, into the shoulder joints. Down the upper arms and around the elbows. Breathing that ease down the forearms, the thumbs, the palms of the hands. Down the index, center, ring, and pinky fingers. Letting the hips be heavy. Thighs rooted. Backs, the lower legs at ease. Heels, soles of the feet, tops of the feet, and all of the toes at rest. You are welcome to rest here as long as you like. Maybe deepening the breath, returning movement to toes and fingers, returning movement to ankles. Perhaps running the tongue across the fronts of the teeth, bending the elbows and extending the arms long overhead, reach down through the legs and exhale, releasing. Bending each knee, returning soles of the feet to the ground. Press into the feet, sway the hips to one side, rolling to rest on your easiest side. Letting the sand from the top side of the hourglass shift to the ground. Pressing into that top hand to return to a seat. There is no hurry. As we find the seat, rubbing the hands together, cupping or hovering the hands over closed eyes. Take a deep inhale. Let it go. Rubbing the hands together, bringing a hand to the belly and a hand to the heart. Deep inhale. Releasing. sealing our practice with sound. Deep inhale. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this practice. Please let me know if anyone has questions.